Put your hand on it. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
Sophie and Zoe, thank you so much for speaking to me today. I loved this film so much. Congratulations. It's really, really great. And you know what? It's great to see you guys getting on and being here together, because your characters really don't like each other in the movie.
I'm like, what did Mia ever do to Haley?
So much.
Well, I think the first thing that Haley says to Mia when they see her is, "Oh, fuck me," isn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you all feel so comfortable in your individual characters and the space that you take up in the movie. How did directors Danny and Michael set the tone and dynamic on set for you to give you that freedom to really lean into your characters?
We did a lot of rehearsals before and a lot of kind of group bonding sessions, which I think really helped. I remember they were like, we need a bond. They were like, let's go to Tailem Town, which is the most haunted town.
The name the other day.
Most haunted town in Adelaide. And they were like, yeah, we should bond. We should go sleep in this town.
In
That's
the
how
church.
you bonded.
And they were like, let's
no,
bring
this
the
is
most
getting worse.
haunted
Town
doll in
town.
Australia with us. I was like, you wouldn't catch me dead.
Yeah, because the boys, they visited the Annabelle doll.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no.
No.
My
They're not
sisters
well
used
in
to have
their
this
head.
collection of ceramic porcelain
No.
dolls, and they would just
No.
stare back at you. I'm like, absolutely not.
I'm
They're
out.
they're not coming with us.
No.
They're going. We'll donate them to Vinny's or whatever.
Literally,
Yeah.
someone else's problem.
Exactly. What input did you have into your characters in order to, find your look and your style and who you were, your essence?
I don't even really know what Haley's gender is, do you? No,
think
I don't
it
really
was
know. It's never really
stipulated,
said.
really, yeah.
I mean, I don't think they saw this role going to a trans person, but they were obviously open to it. But yeah, they were so kind of open to Haley being one of the boys and a brother to Joss, and that was really cool just to I kind of got to lead that conversation, which felt really good.
That's awesome.
They were really beautiful.
They're
about
very
that stuff.
kind of, I feel open to improvise quite a lot
Yeah.
and especially in rehearsals we'd do a lot of improv, and then they would write that into the script.
Yeah.
Or on the day just be like, go and just do this. And
It's quite free.
yeah, so free. I
That's
don't think
exciting.
I've ever worked on a job where I felt more free
Yeah.
as an actor to
Yeah.
actually kind of do whatever I want, and if they didn't like it, they would be like,
Yeah.
let's do it like this. But they've definitely facilitated an environment of freedom.
Yeah, and I think sometimes as well when you have directors be like, and improvise, you're like,
What do
but
I
I
do
think
with
they
that
kind
now?
of it was terrifying. But I think they kind of just, you knew the option was there. So if you had anything worthwhile saying, you felt like you could.
Yeah.
And it meant we kind of got some gold in that space.
To be able to lean into improvisation, you have to know your character deeply. And so I think that in that rehearsal space, that freedom to explore, you felt empowered to do that under the direction of Danny and Michael. That's cool. I want to talk about the Australiana of the movie. And I know, it can be cringe, can't it, when you hear your own accents and, how we as Aussies, deal with that. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable, look away. But it works so well here. Did you feel empowered as actors where you had your accent and you could lean into Sia in the car with Chandelier and the crazy frog ringtone and all that sort of stuff? Was that exciting for you as actors?
I find it really comforting, the Australianness of it. We were just saying this before. The boys didn't go into this going we're going to make a diverse film. I think they just made a film that is representative.
Yeah.
This is what Australia looks like.
Yeah. So
What isn't representative is having a scary movie full of, cis blonde women. That's not what Australia looks like.
Yeah.
And so I think it feels like a version of Australiana that isn't colonial and is one that we can be
super authentic,
proud of
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, and to share with the world, right?
Yeah.
So that must feel really exciting that
Yeah.
more audiences are going to be seeing this movie soon. And what Australia looks like and feels like in this context.
Yeah.
And I think especially I love the fact that it's it's suburbia and it's the city and it's really captures Australian youth culture
Yes.
so authentically, and I haven't necessarily seen that in other films. Like I feel like we like to lean into like the bush and the landscape in Australian cinema, which is incredible, but I think this just feels so unique in what they've done.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Talk to Me highlights complexities around not knowing how to grapple and deal with grief, right? It's a huge theme in this film. And teenagers finding outlets to release that sort of tension. And it offers a really important conversation around mental health. So these are things I was so surprised to experience through this movie that I really, really want to talk to you about. What are your characters dealing with in this film? I might start with you, Sophie.
When I first read the script, I was like, oh, like, this very much is a meditation on mental health and grief through a horror lens, which I think is really interesting. And it reminded me a bit of like Haunting of Hill House, which I feel like deals with the same kind of ideas and themes. But yeah, Mia, like, it's very much about grief and it's the loss of her mother and how that, and connection and her striving to find connection in all of these different places. And I think that's, really the foundation of her journey.
And Hayley's a bit mean, but like, what might be underneath their skin as to why they're like that?
It's so quintessential to being a teenager. It's just anger, and you don't know what it's for or where to put it, but it's there, and it comes out in power, but it's not power. Like Hayley is this big. You know, it's like there's a tiny person in there wearing a big kid suit. Yeah, and so I think it was interesting. I'd never played a role like that. For some reason, before that job, had always played very low status and so it was like, it was really strange to feel the falseness, like the bravado of a role like that. Yeah.
I mean, Hayley does soften a little bit throughout. I mean, because what goes on is
You'd hope so.
You're exposed to some shit.
Yeah.
I related so deeply to Mia's character because I lost my mum when I was a boy, 6 years old, and so it was a bit of a sucker punch going in, and I can so relate to her need to want to talk to her mum. Like, I'm trying not to get emotional because I didn't think I would react this way, but you know, that must have been really challenging for you as an actress. How did you decompress going to that place day in, day out?
I find it kind of easy in a way to like switch in and out, but you know, I always think a shower is a great way to just, you know, get the shit off from that day. But there are definitely moments, like some days where you like go home, you're like, ooh, that was an intense day.
Yeah, there were days for you, man. Yeah, because Soph was doing like the most extraordinary work and the longest days. You know, like it was a lot to sustain over. How long was the shoot? Like
5 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't decompress. No, you were just like, and let's go!
Hopefully you're feeling a bit more centered.
Oh, yeah.
Now. Yeah, good.
Absolutely living the dream.
Sophie and Zoe, I've really loved talking to you. I've got one final question. How much fun was it to just go all out singing Chandelier, See Her in the Car? Like, I have
so
done that several times myself. What's something that you have as an outlet with friends that helps you fill up your cup?
I feel like singing in the car with my friends. We like always sing She's So Vain, Carly Simon.
Nice.
And yeah, I think that's mine.
Yeah.
I have a weird one.
Go on.
We do Being Alive. It's a Sondheim musical.
Oh gosh.
It was in Marriage Story. It's very niche.
The theatre kid comes
yeah,
out.
literally, I'm like, guilty. It was in
that.
Marriage Story. Adam Driver does it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a
What a
real
movie.
hits home, man. Yeah, would recommend. Yeah, if you need.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on the movie, and
Thank
I've loved
you.
talking to you. Appreciate
Nice
it.
to talk to you.